My cousin's son confessed that he loves me, and the reason completely caught me off guard. This morning, I was walking Ethan, my cousin's son, to school like I usually do. We were chatting about random things when, out of nowhere, he looked at me and said, "You know, Uncle David, I really love you." I smiled and said, "Aw, I love you too, buddy." Then I asked, "But why?" I expected him to say it was because I play with him, buy him chocolate, or make him laugh. Instead, his answer was something I never saw coming. As calmly as possible, he said, "Because every time you come over to our house, Mom and Dad start fighting." I stopped walking and looked at him. "Hold on. What do you mean they start fighting? What does that have to do with me?" He said, "Dad doesn't like you." I laughed awkwardly and said, "Well, that's his choice, but what's that got to do with their arguments?" He replied, "As soon as Dad sees you walk in, he starts complaining to Mom, asking if you really had to come over. Then she answers back, and that's when the fight starts." I said, "So I'm causing family problems without even knowing it?" He nodded. "Yep." I asked, "Then why are you happy about it? Shouldn't you be upset that your parents are fighting?" He grinned and said, "Because whenever they fight, I get allowance from both of them." I blinked. "How?" He said, "I go to Mom and tell her I'm sad because they argued, so she gives me money. Then I go to Dad and tell him I'm upset too, and he gives me money as well." I couldn't believe it. "So you're actually benefiting from their fights?" "Big time." I asked, "What if they don't fight?" "Then I only get money from one of them." I laughed and said, "So you're not even upset that your dad doesn't like me?" He smiled and said, "Actually, I hope he hates you even more." I stared at him. "What?" He shrugged. "The more he hates you, the bigger the fights, and the bigger my allowance." Then he looked at me with a smile and said, "I hope you stay in our lives forever. And I hope Dad keeps hating you more and more." At that point, I honestly didn't know whether to thank him for being so honest, or scold him for loving me only because it makes him money.